What's up, everybody, and welcome to Debunking 8 Grant Myths. Let's get into it. Over the next 8 slides, I am going to break down some of the most common myths spread around by grant writers or grant experts. So before we dive into it, my name is Ashley Gunther, the owner and creator of The Lone Wolf, your premier financial marketplace for startups and small businesses. I have been in the finance industry for nearly 6 years now, helping people like you secure funding. And over the last few years, grants have become such a hot topic. If you were to say, go into a Facebook group right now, especially if they are one that promotes grants, you will see post after post after post, pretty much saying the same thing. And one of the main posts you'll see is, who's looking for a grant? No payback. All you need is an LLC and an EIN. Raise your little digital hand if you have seen that advertisement over and over again. So a lot of these fake grant experts, before I dive into this, listen, who you trust on social media matters. And if you were to do 30 seconds of due diligence, you will find out very quickly that 99.9% of the people posting in these groups are bots, scammers, or just complete fraud. So what I want you to do is the next time you see somebody post about this, go to their page. Go to their page, click on the 3 buttons, and see what their Facebook link says. Is it attached to a name or a bunch of numbers? Next, go and see what year the page was created and take a few minutes and scroll through. Are they interactive? Do they post more than just a few photos? Is it just foreigners that are liking and engaging in their posts? If they don't have a website or any type of contract document run, they're not a real grant writer, they're not a real grant expert. Okay. So when you see the advertisement, anyone with an EIN and an LLC can get a grant. This is simply not true. Most of these people posting this are making a quick 20, 25, even $100 to pretend to process your grant. They're promising money. That is simply not how grants work. So when you see these advertisements, run, block the people, report the post, do whatever you have to do, but it is not real. When you see a person claiming they're an expert, saying anyone with an EIN and LLC can get a grant, they are simply lying. Let's go to number 2. Grants are easy to obtain. This is the second common theme I see in nearly every single grant post, unless they're an actual grant expert, which I recommend 3. And you can connect with those 3 by emailing me at the email address at the end of this video. So if you are working with someone that say grants are easy to obtain, simply put, they are not. Imagine the college application system. Okay. Certain colleges accept X amount of people. They have to accept certain people in certain criteria, but they put out the criteria. They ask you to submit maybe a video or a written essay. They're going to look at certain documents. Grants are very similar to this process. So I like to compare grants to the college application process. So each institution will have their own rules. They'll tell you what they want from you, and then you present that. You may pay an application fee, you may not. And then you wait to get a letter back stating you were accepted or you were not. Grants are very much the same. Grants aren't always available. There are certain grants that may be available once a year or once every 2 years. Every grant is backed by a different institution, a different amount of factors to even be considered for the grant, and also things you must do after getting the grant. Have you noticed that these fake grant experts don't speak about any of that? They just keep claiming that they can get you a grant. And also, if you notice in these groups, you'll see one person post saying, I'll help you get the money. And then you'll see several others posting after saying, hey, I got my money last week. Those are fake accounts. Next, you can use grant money for anything. So many fake gurus are pushing this agenda, and it's simply a lie. Each grant money that you are rewarded comes with stipulations. It comes with how to use it, where to use it, why to use it. There are many rules about grants. You are being misled by acting like grants are free, easy money that you could do anything with. Simply put, you cannot do anything with it. Each grant program will have specific ways that you can utilize the grant funds. Next, purchasing a grant list gives you access to active grants. Oh my gosh, if I see one more time somebody advertising an outdated, inaccurate grant list, the truth about grants is they are always coming and they are always going. So you're putting yourself at risk at purchasing outdated grant information. Your best bet is to utilize websites like grant.gov, grant.gov, or other websites that will have active grants and ways for you to research and find real grants. Next, number 5, hiring a grant writer guarantees the grant funding. Notice the word guarantee. Again, if you've watched any of my videos, you will see a common theme. We do not guarantee things unless we have a guarantee. So what is a real guarantee? A guarantee is a type of contract that you will sign where it states that you will get this when paid this. And if you do not, you get your money back. That is the only real guarantee. If you're working with someone that just simply states, we guarantee to get you a grant, that is not a real guarantee. They are violating several rules and conditions with various establishments. It can get them sent to prison. It can get them fined. It can get them shut down. This is illegal and it's not okay. Nothing is guaranteed. So even if you do hire a professional grant writer, it does not guarantee that you will get all the grants you are rewarded. Now, it does give you a higher likelihood of being presented the grants if you hire the correct grant professional. Next, number 6, you can use grant money for payroll and debt. Similar to you can use grant money for anything. You cannot use grant money to pay your payroll. You cannot use grant money to pay off personal debt, even if you used it for business. You cannot use grant money to pay off business debt. Grant money is used as a cash injection to help you obtain certain goals, especially anything to do with giving back to the community. Grants are used to help businesses with bigger whys and bigger purchases at purposes. And the goal is to give back to the community and to the people that it serves. Next, number 7, you don't have to keep track of your grant spending. This is a bold-faced lie. In fact, you have to keep 3 years of records when you have been rewarded a grant. If you are working with a fake grant writer, they will not know these things. Ask these grant writers, or you can just email us and get connected with our 3 grant specialists that we have vetted and highly recommend. But yes, you must keep track of your grant spending. It's one of the most important things. And yes, you can get in deep trouble and have to pay the grant money back if you do things with grant money you're not supposed to. How about that one? And last but not least, federal grants are fast and easy. So one of the common themes are federal grants. You can go to grants.gov and you can see all the different grants that are available. Federal grants are backed by federal agencies, and they do come with a lot more stipulations, a lot more rules, and a ton of tracking. You will have to follow every bit of rules and directions and means of utilizing the money. If you violate any of this, you will have to pay the grant money back. How many people have seen where grant experts are talking about the entire process? What about post-award and the pre-award and the timeline and the application and how everything in your application, if you're applying for a grant and they tell you to send everything in a PDF form and you don't, you are automatically disqualified. They're throwing away your application immediately because it's not what they asked you to do. You must meticulously follow directions. You must give them exactly what they want and how they want it. And if not, your application will be the first one thrown away. And that is coming from, I had the opportunity to sit down with this incredible grant expert last year in Florida at a speaking engagement. And I just pummeled her with questions and she just loved it. But I wanted to get down to the nitty gritty to find out what is real and what is not here. So wrapping this all up, listen, grants are the big cool thing everybody wants. Why? Because you don't have to pay it back. So there's all this magical beauty Disney crap around grants. People think you can easily obtain them. Once you get them, you can do anything with it. You can use it to start up. You can use it for this. You can use it for that. No. Simply stated, every single grant comes with requirements to apply. You have to be eligible, and then you have to prove that, and then you have to utilize the funding the way that they tell you to. You have to keep very good records. And with all this being said, in order to even qualify for a grant, you need a business plan. You need to have money. You need to be making revenue, unless it's a total like startup seeds funding type grant. But you need to be following all the rules and regulations. You need to be an established business. You need to have clients. You need to be serving the community. That's how you get established. And to become like a woman-owned business or a minority-owned business, a lot of the time you need to be running for more than a year, oftentimes 2 years, and then you pay that money to get certified. You cannot just be a woman-owned business and say you're a woman-owned business. That's an actual certification. And to close up, a lot of grants are made more for nonprofits. And a lot of you are taking your business and creating a nonprofit just for the purpose of getting grants. I'm going to urge you and leave you with this final thought. Every time a business like yours takes money, gets a grant awarded, instead of a business that's actually doing the community good, you are doing a disservice to you, your clients, and the community you live in. These grants are made especially for certain situations, and grant fraud is huge. Whether it's the fake grant writers frauding you, or you guys obtaining grants fraudulently or illegally. Grants are made to help people, and there is a lot of misinformation out there. I hope that this video has clarified a lot of the grants are easy to obtain. You can do anything with grants. It's simply not true. So please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Make any comments if you have any questions, or if you're looking for a grant writer, a professional one, go ahead and send me that email and we'll connect you with our experts. Hope to see you in the next video.